I'm sure you've heard of all these censorship, these online censorship bills that all these talking head politicians are trying to push. There's a Texas one, and there's I don't know. I'm sure there's been a lot of them. The California one. This is a Michigan one, and this one's a doozy. At first, you're like, "Well, hey, that sounds good, hey," and then you keep reading. It's like, "Oh my god, these people!" Right? Let's get into it. Michigan GOP bill proposes adult content ban, VPN ban, and restrictions on transgender depictions. I can get it. Nobody wants to be like I'm in transition. Look at my scars. No, get that on my face. But banning VPNs, huh? And oh yo, just wait. I'll get to this. There's some insanity coming. New proposal from Michigan Republicans is drawing alarm over its intent to criminalize vast portions of online speech, ban common privacy tools, and restrict depictions of transgender individuals in almost all public-facing content. House Bill 4938, titled the Anti-Corruption of Public Morals Act, was introduced on September 11th and has been sent to the House Judiciary. I hate that word. Committee for review. You notice how much they try to push down people's throats without them noticing on September the 11th. And you know what happened on September 10th? They're kind of like, quick, they're looking the other way. Do it now. Yeah, they're sneaky.
Yeah.
Anyway, I could say more, but I won't. I'm sure you're thinking it. Okay, followed by Representative Josh Shriver of Oxford and co-sponsored by 5 other Republican lawmakers, the bill lays out one of his most expansive attempts at state-level internet censorship in the country. Yeah, I just thought Mississippi is another one that brought out their own censorship. It's quite harsh, but not anywhere near this harsh. It demands that internet providers and platforms adopt round-the-clock surveillance systems. It sounds a bit like 1984, doesn't it? Block the sale of VPNs and prohibit a wide range of content that include erotic AI material. What? Yeah, I know it exists, but it's still kind of freaky. Sensual ASMR audio, kind of like when they make those smacking and clicking sounds in the mic. It smacked the. That smacks my.
Oh God. Oh, I hate that so much.
Yeah,
I hate it. Oh God.
They're like making the smacking noise and the clicking with their nails. Oh, just get the hell away from me. And so apparently some people get off on that. Okay, I'll say it in the YouTube safe way. Pornographic manga and anything representing transgenderism. Okay, Shriver publicly stated, don't make it, don't share it, don't view it, and called for porn distribution to be added to the sex offender registry. Well, he's not talking about, kitty stuff or animal stuff. He's talking about the natural human form. And it's like, hey, I like this. Look at this. Nope. You could get locked up for it.
Okay, so I'm kind of like, this is a good thing in a way, but it seems to be going way too far.
Hey, yeah, there's a little here and a little there. I could be like, yay, but then it's like, everything I bring with it is like, what the hell's wrong with you people? Who hurt you? There's bullies online, but come on, you're an adult. You can get over it. Like, step away.
The one thing that I don't understand about this is the block and sale of the VPNs. I mean, I don't get why that would be.
Basically, VPNs will allow them to view this material outside their state and not get caught up with. That's why.
Oh, okay. I get it now.
I often use VPNs for security reasons. I don't believe it fully makes you anonymous. I believe they could always get the information somehow, but it is good for extra added layer of security
Yeah.
and
Well,
pirating if you do that. But no, don't do that.
I mean,
Anyway,
I always thought a VPN was a good idea to keep your bank information and stuff like that safe,
oh,
isn't it?
that's tricky. That's tricky because if you try to log into your bank and if your bank has any security much at all, it's going to detect the VPN and it might say, nope, you're not getting in, and even lock you out.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Uh, he framed the bill as necessary to protect children and claimed that the current obscenity laws are outdated and rarely enforced. Here's the thing, just like what the UK did, this is primarily going to hit adults. If kids are into smut, they're gonna find a way to be into smut no matter what.
That's when they need to have their parents have a conversation with them and explain some stuff.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I'm speaking of someone from the 80s. They will find a way.
Oh,
Okay, so the bill's language defines prohibited material in broad terms. It covers depictions of sexual acts, whether real or fictional, written or visual, and includes specific bans on, get this, moaning or sensual voice content, as well as erotic, autonomous, sensory, meridian response content. I don't even, what?
what? I
What?
don't under what.
All right. So they're like, oh, you listen to someone moaning? That's it. You're going to jail.
Um, yeah, because I mean, people moan for different reasons. I mean, they could be in a lot of
Well,
pain or
I
something, you
take it
know.
if it is determined to be of some kind of sexual nature. I don't
Um,
know, but then again, that's what I mean by the language is broad. It's kind of like, well, we can make of it what we want to make of it.
yeah.
So it also criminalizes any portrayal of transgender individual unless the context is strictly medical, instructional, or academic and peer reviewed. I can kind of get that. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, me
I
too.
mean, unless you get these transformers going, hey, here's a selfie. Everybody look at my new selfie. I think my new picture's good. And you're off to jail. So yeah, that don't work in that way.
Mm-mm. I mean, it would have to be heavily, um, um, what's the word? Not. It would have to be heavily monitored.
Okay. Get this. Under the bill, an individual or organization that distributes such material to anyone in the state could face up to 20 years in prison and $100,000 fine. I
Really?
don't know what I'm gonna do. I looked at their profile and they're transgender and in the video and they were moaning and I'm going away for the rest of my life. But this is silly. Uh, that increases to 25 years and 125,000 if over 100 instances of prohibited material are involved.
Oh,
The legislation also demands that all websites, platforms, and ISPs operating in Michigan implement a 24/7 automated surveillance and censorship system to detect and remove flagged content immediately. They're expecting a lot out of people and companies, aren't they? For that matter, the law enforcement. How many fat basement nerds are they going to be dragging out with them crying and pissing themselves?
well, you know, like I said, parts of this I agree with, but some of it's just going. It's like, okay, if you happen to,
Look, and if you happen to be fat or live in a basement, I'm not. necessarily speaking of you. I'm saying there's a type who's into some weird stuff
Yeah.
that usually fit that description. Now, if that still fits you, I don't know what to tell you. Straighten up, right? I don't know. Anyway,
Well,
moving on.
they're going on so hard about the internet. What they need to be doing is getting the shit off of TV. And
Okay,
that's the
the
truth.
bill would make it illegal to sell or use virtual private networks (VPNs), which, if for anybody who doesn't know, you connect to a server that then it connects to what you need it to, and it gives the data to you. That way, it's like you never visit at all, even though you get to see it.
Mm.
So it would require the ISPs to block any VPN activity. Fines for violation related to VPN use could reach $500,000. Okay,
Jesus
okay.
Christ.
Other than your occasional millionaire who has $500,000, okay, these politicians may be, Mr. Moneybags, but apparently they are clueless as to what the average American has.
Yeah. This is nuts.
This bill makes no distinction between adults and minors when it comes to access. So it don't matter if you're a kid or an adult, but it's to protect the children. But if you're an adult or a child, you're going away. You're going away.
Oh dear.
So far, there's no sign that the bill has support beyond its original 6 sponsors. It has not yet been voted on by the Michigan House or Senate. Still, legislation such as this offers to serve as a model for similar efforts in other states, and that is absolutely true. Multiple states have already brought forth bills, and some have already passed them. And it's just encroaching state by state. It's like, oh, they got this state. Oh, they got this state. And eventually, the other states are going to look around. Hey, everybody else is doing it.
Yeah. Well, some censorship is okay. Some censorship I totally agree with, and there's parts of this that I agree with.
I I'm not big on censorship. Yes, there are some in particular young minds that shouldn't be exposed to things. I do agree with that. But I believe people have always took censorship overboard. But I don't know. The people I've known have never been like, "Oh, I'm broken because I seen that," but rather like, "Okay," and that's the people I've known. People, in my life, I do know there are people out there that's like, "Oh my God, it's too much," and I don't know what to think now. There are people that exist out there like that. Apparently, that's unfortunate.
Well, to me, it seems like they're trying to um, make the I don't know how to say this without sounding stupid. They're trying to limit people's exposure to all this craziness from the radical left. I mean, since Mr. Kirk got unalived, and then right after, the day after, it was 9/11, and they're trying to limit that
Yes, yes. Okay,
issue.
the Republicans are in power and they're, in a sense, on a roll, and they're going to get carried away with it, like I always predicted, just like the left did. And this is a sign of that.
Hmm.
And I
Well,
know some of you people might not like to hear that. They're like, but I love Trump and you should love Trump. It's a bigger picture than that. There's a lot more players in the game, and even Trump's having to play the game, and the game's always been rigged.
I don't even think it's about Trump. I don't think that he deals with much of this kind of stuff. I think it's all the rest of the government around him, the House and the Senate and all that stuff. But I think what's happened is the left has pushed this kind of thing so damn hard that they're getting a backlash now. And it's going to get ugly,
Yeah,
it's going to get crazy. because people are
Yeah,
so tired of it.
it takes a long time for, in some cases, for people to push back. When they do, they take it way too far.
Yeah, and
Okay,
that's
but
not
you
good
know,
either.
that's it for the today's show. So leave your thoughts and comments, and if the I don't even know if they'll let me have it, but if there's a hype option, do that. Like and subscribe. That sounds like a nag, but it's part of the game here, right? But yeah, I hope you enjoy this. Till next time, later.